What is up, YouTube? Thank you for joining my stream of Pokemon Champions Ranked Double Battles. I'm going to be using a rain team today, but I need to edit it. There's one Pokemon that's kind of a wild card, and I'm kind of swapping them out for different things. I was just checking my audio there. We are good to go. Thank you once again for joining the stream. Even if you are watching it later, I really appreciate you tuning in. We're going to be doing ranked double battles, as I said. Here's my team. It's Lucario, Pelipper, Sharpedo, Politoed, Basculegion, and Raichu. So typically what I do is I try to get as high of win streak as possible, but if I lose twice in a row, then I go back to the drawing board and edit one of my make at least just one edit and see if that helps. Typically it does. I'll win like a few in a row, I'll lose a few, I'll make a change, then I'll start winning again. The higher it ranks you, the harder the battles, so it makes sense that it would work like that. Alright, what do they got? They got Duraludon. That Pokemon, no, not Duraludon. Archuludon. That Pokemon is formidable. I'm gonna bring Raichu to absorb any potential electric moves that it might shoot my way. Start with Raichu. He might start with Sableye. I don't have a strong move against Sableye besides just water. I'm going to go with Pelipper since it has a super effective flying move that could do well here. And he might change the weather, so I'm going to bring my other weather changer and then just something strong that can sweep, which is Lucario. Yes. I wanted to bring Lucario because of Archuludon. I need an answer, and I have Lucario built for special attack. He starts off with Sableye and Dragonite, and I start off with Raichu and Pelipper. Pelipper makes it rain. We're gonna have Raichu start with a fake out. I don't know what the Sableye is gonna do. It could fake out as well, and then I'm gonna hopefully take out the Dragonite in one hit with Ice Beam. It'll be extremely effective, times 4 damage. Let's see what happens. Dragonite is Mega Evolving. Dragonite used Protect. That is not good for me. Raichu used Fake Out. Dragonite protected itself. Sableye uses Light Screen. It's going to halve the damage of my special attack moves. Pelipper uses Ice Beam and Dragonite protects itself. My opponent essentially got a free move there, setting up a Light Screen. That is not good. Well, we know that Dragonite's not going to use Protect again. And I have a feeling Raichu's going to go first. Hopefully Pelipper will last long enough to get an Ice Beam in there and knock it out. I'm just going to use the same moves again. Sableye uses Quash on Raichu. Raichu's move is postponed to the end. Dragonite uses Draco Meteor. It would have one-shotted Raichu, but Raichu hangs onto its Focus Sash. Major damage there. Dragonite's special attack harshly falls. Pelipper uses Ice Beam on Dragonite. It's extremely effective, but the damage is reduced not only by the light screen, but also by Dragonite's ability multi-scale. But the multi-scale is knocked off now, so that reduction is no longer applied. Raichu uses Volt Switch on Dragonite, and now I'm gonna bring in the other Pokemon that I have that also knows Ice Beam, Politoed. And I hate to double down on Ice Beam because Dragonite might just protect again. I guess if it protects again, whatever. Because you know why? Because that's just gonna pass the turn, and that's just gonna what's one turn closer to the light screen going away. The light screen only lasts 5 turns, I think. They withdraw Dragonite, and they send in Archelodon. They also withdraw Sableye. The opponent's name is Pixel. Withdraws both their Pokemon. Withdraws Sableye for their Pelipper. Now both Pelippers are in play. Archelodon takes 2 Ice Beams. They're not very effective. Well, I shouldn't say that. It hits for regular damage, but both Ice Beams trigger Archelodon's ability Stamina, boosting its defense. Now its defense is up by 2 stages, and then it munches on some of its leftovers. Luckily, Politoed has a super effective move that I can use on Archelodon, but Pelipper, on the other hand, I'm going to go ahead and switch to Raichu, anticipating an electric move from that Archelodon, hoping the ability Raichu's ability Lightning Rod will absorb the electric attack. Yes, Archelodon uses Electro Shot. So I switch out my Pelipper for Raichu. Archelodon absorbs electricity. Its special attack rises. Raichu's special attack rises. The move does nothing, and now Politoed uses Earth Power, lands on Archelodon, lowers its special defense, and then Archelodon's ability Stamina raises its defense up by a 3rd stage. The opposing Pelipper uses Hurricane on Politoed. Politoed takes the damage. It's built for HP, so it only took like 25% damage there. Archelodon munches on some leftovers. What am I gonna do now? I could use Fake Out. He's probably gonna switch or protect. Yeah, he's gonna switch. He's gonna switch to Dragonite because I used Earth Power. He's probably gonna switch both of them actually. If I can get a Volt Switch on that Pelipper, that should knock it out. Yep, he withdraws. He withdraws Archelodon, and he sends in Sableye. Okay, not the Pokemon I thought he would send in. The opposing Pelipper uses Protect. Raichu uses Volt Switch. Pelipper protects itself. My Politoed uses Ice Beam on Sableye, and it freezes it. It doesn't do that much damage. Sableye's at 78% health, but it is frozen now. The light screen has wore off. This is good for me. I'm just gonna keep trying to land a Volt Switch into that Pelipper. He's probably gonna switch. He still has all 4 of his Pokemon. Let's see what happens. Sableye is frozen solid and doesn't move. Raichu uses Volt Switch, knocks out Pelipper in 1 hit because it's extremely effective. That is ×4 damage with the dual type of Pelipper being both types weak against electric. That means it's ×4 damage, extremely effective. One-shotted by Raichu's Volt Switch. He comes back to me, and I'm going to switch in my Pelipper because I want the rain to come back on right now. I send in Pelipper, the rain starts back up, and it's going to boost the power of Politoed's Muddy Water, landing on the Sableye, lowering its accuracy, almost knocking it out. Sableye's down to 7% health, and it's frozen still. The opponent has 3 Pokemon left, and so do I. The opponent, Pixel, sends out Archelodon. Okay, I anticipate an electric move again, so I'm going to switch back to Raichu. But who should I switch? I want to knock out... I'm going to switch... I want to keep Politoed in because it has that super effective ground type move. But I'm going to use Muddy Water because I don't know if he might be trying to trick me right now. Pelipper comes back to me, and I send in Raichu in its place. Sableye is frozen solid and doesn't move. Archelodon uses Aura Sphere on Politoed, brings it down to half health. Politoed eats a Citrus Berry. Politoed uses Muddy Water, knocks out Sableye. Sableye is down, and it hits Archelodon. Archelodon's accuracy falls, and its ability Stamina raises its defense stat. Archelodon eats some leftovers, which puts it at 26% HP. The opponent, Pixel, is down to his last 2 Pokemon, neither of them being at full health. Dragonite's at 50% health. I should be able to do a Fake Out here. I don't know what Dragonite's going to do. I don't know what either of them is going to do. I'm just going to use Earth Power on Archelodon, and I guess we'll just Fake Out Dragonite for now. Or even just a Volt Switch on Dragonite would be fine. Yeah, I want it. What I want right now is damage. No, Fake Out. Because I don't want Dragonite to knock out. If they both attack Politoed, that could prevent it from attacking. Yes. Raichu used Fake Out on Dragonite. Dragonite flinches and doesn't move. Archelodon uses Electroshot, absorbs electricity. Its special attack rises, but Raichu absorbs the attack instead, and Raichu's special attack is boosted because of its ability Lightning Rod. Politoed gets a Earth Power on Archelodon, knocking it out. This battle is looking like it is over, and yes, the opponent forfeits. I defeat Pixel. The victory goes to me. I win. That was a good battle. And I got an achievement or something. Let me go back to the main menu. Win 3 ranked battles without any of my team fainting. Oh yeah, I totally schooled him. None of my Pokemon even fainted. I didn't even bring out Lucario. I beat him with 3 Pokemon. That was crazy. What helps is when you predict their moves. I called that he was gonna switch. Maybe that's the only one I predicted. I got an achievement for using Raichu so much. Let's keep this going. Let's see how many I can win in a row. Pokemon Champions, ranked double battles, using a rain team. An opponent has been found. What's his name? Salt? And their name is Salt. Okay, it's another Archelodon and Pelipper combo. This time, they also have Charizard and Incineroar. So not only do they have a water, or they have a rain combo, including Basculegion, which is formidable. So what should I do here? They have two ghost type, but also bringing two different types of weather, rain and fire. So I'm gonna want Raichu, but do I want to put him up first? Yeah, I'm gonna put him up first because Raichu, he has strong moves against Charizard. So if he starts with Charizard or Pelipper, Raichu can have an advantage. And then other than that, I guess I should start with some rain. Even if he changes the weather. I'm going to start with Politoed. And then I'm going to have Lucario in the back and my other weather changer. Let's do this. Last game, I had this same choice of Pokemon, but I didn't even need to bring in Lucario. Let's see how this goes. Salt sends out Pelipper and Aegislash. And I send out Raichu and Politoed. Politoed's ability triggers the rain. Now it's going to rain for 5 turns. Raichu can use Fake Out turn 1, but it doesn't affect Aegislash. I wonder if I should go ahead and use it on Pelipper. Or no, I'm just going to Volt Switch into Pelipper straight away, hoping to knock it out, and maybe a super effective Earth Power on Aegislash, or just go for the Muddy Water, anticipating a switch. The Muddy Water is boosted by 50%. Yep, Pelipper. Yeah, the opponent Salt switches out Pelipper for Archelodon. Raichu uses Volt Switch, lands on Archelodon. It's not very effective. Archelodon's stamina is boosted, raising its defense by 1 stage. Raichu goes back to me, and I'm going to bring in Lucario now. It's time for Lucario to shine! His first match as a rookie, debuting. Politoed uses Muddy Water, lands on both the opponents, it's not very effective on Archelodon. Archelodon's ability stamina raises its defense by a 2nd stage. Aegislash switches to attack mode, and Aegislash uses Poltergeist. It's attacking Politoed with its Citrus Berry. It does huge damage, almost knocking out Politoed, putting it into the red. Politoed eats its Citrus Berry now, so that Poltergeist won't be able to... So if the opponent uses Poltergeist on Politoed again, it won't work. Archelodon launches on its leftovers. Alright, I'm going to Mega Evolve Lucario and knock out that Archelodon. We've got to. And I'm just keep using Muddy Water. I have a feeling Aegislash is going to go into defense mode anyway. Or I could use Earth Power. Muddy Water is just hitting both of them, which I like. Chip damage. Let's start chipping at both of them. Lucario, Mega Evolving! Let's see what happens on his first turn. And Archelodon uses Protect. Aegislash switches to defense mode, uses King Shield. So the opponent is essentially protecting with both of his Pokemon right now. Maybe stalling out a second, getting a little bit of extra heal, whatever they can from the leftovers on Archelodon. Perhaps also passing the clock for the rain. There's 3 turns of rain left. What could they potentially switch into? Either Pelipper or maybe Basculegion. Did he bring both of his ghosts? I'm just going to do the same attacks as before. I'm afraid to use Earth Power because he'll switch into Pelipper and it'll miss. Lucario uses Aura Sphere on Archelon. Super effective. Archelon is down. That was a huge hit. Politoed uses Muddy Water. It does a lot of damage on Aegislash. Puts it into the red. 16% health. Aegislash switches to attack mode. Uses Sacred Sword on Lucario. It's super effective. Lucario is almost down. He is in the red with 16 HP. The opponent sends in Charizard. The opponent has 3 Pokemon left and I have 4, but my Pokemon are low health. Will Aegislash use Shadow Sneak? That is a good question. I'm thinking I should maybe switch Pokemon. Yeah, I don't want Aegislash coming in with a Shadow Sneak there. I'm switching Pelipper. Yeah, because if they use Heat Wave, it won't do much damage. Even though it'll be boosted by... I'm anticipating that Charizard is going to Mega Evolve into Mega Y and changing the weather. And even though I locked myself, I'm basically giving him the weather this way. Charizard is Mega Evolving X. The weather is not going to change. Now Charizard is Dragon Fire type. Aegislash switches to defense mode. Uses King Shield. It's a proprietary move for Aegislash that protects itself. Charizard uses Thunder Punch on Politoed. It's super effective and knocks it out. I did not see that coming. Maybe I should have switched to Raichu there. That's okay. Politoed is down. I've got 3 Pokemon left. I'm sending in Raichu. He won't be able to use Thunder Punch again. In fact, I hope he does. That will boost Raichu's attack. Yeah, I'm just going to use Muddy Water on them. I don't want to use Volt Switch. I'll just use Surf, or actually Fake Out. Fake Out will be fine. Fake Out Charizard. Raichu used Fake Out on Charizard. Charizard flinched and couldn't move. Pelipper uses Muddy Water, knocks out Aegislash, and puts Charizard at 31% health and lowers its accuracy by 1 stage. The reign is over with. Now the opponent is down to their last 2 Pokemon, and they send in Pelipper, which brings the reign back into play. Charizard is at low health. Is it faster than Raichu? I want to use Volt Switch on Pelipper, really. Is Pelipper going to use Wide Guard? I'm going to use Hurricane on Charizard. And I'm going to use Volt Switch on Pelipper because I want that KO. Yeah, Pelipper did use Wide Guard. That's why I did not use Muddy Water. Raichu uses Volt Switch. Gets the Pelipper down to 1 HP because it has a Focus Sash. Raichu comes back to me. I have to send in Lucario. But now that means if Charizard uses Thunder Punch, that is not good. And he does. It's a one-shot on Pelipper. That did not... And it was a crit. Pelipper is down. Man, I didn't think that their Pelipper would have Focus Sash. But I figured the odds would be better. The odds would still be in my favor doing that move because I can use Fake Out now. Lucario also knows Bullet Punch, or knows Vacuum Wave, I should say. Yeah, I'm going to use Fake Out on Charizard and Vacuum Wave on Pelipper. Hopefully stalling the turnout to give me an advantage. Yes, Fake Out on Charizard lands. Lucario uses Vacuum Wave, knocks out Pelipper. Pelipper is down. Charizard flinches and doesn't move. This puts me in a much better position. Now I have 2-on-1. I even have Focus Sash on Raichu. This is a definite win. The opponent has forfeited, and I beat Salt. That is 2 games in a row. Let's go. I'm on a 2-win streak. Good game. I played that pretty flawlessly. Let's keep this going. Let's see how many I can get in a row. Raichu knowing Fake Out and Volt Switch. That is pretty good. Battle opponent has been found. Stockade. Stockade. Looking at their team, they've got some heavy hitters. Charizard, so there's potential Sunlight. I think I'm going to have to bring in both my Rain. The reason why I have 2 Pokemon that can bring in the Rain is in case the opponent changes the weather. That way I can change it back. So I'm going to start with really, actually... yeah, I'm going to start with, I'm going to do the same as what I've been doing the past 2 battles. Raichu, Pelipper, Politoed, and Lucario. Mainly because Raichu can Fake Out, switch, and do more Fake Out later. It's really the support Pokemon. Versus Stockade. Stockade sends out Whimsicott and that thing. And I send out Raichu and Pelipper. Cleavor. It's called Cleavor? I forgot what that one's called. Well, okay, so I bet it's going to use Tailwind and Rock Slide, so I'm going to use... I guess Fake Out and Wide Guard. Would a Fake Out be good here? Yeah, I've got one of those has a Focus Sash, so I've got to knock it off. Fake Out Whimsicott, Wide Guard, Cleavor. Raichu used Fake Out on Whimsicott. Pelipper uses Wide Guard. Whimsicott flinched and didn't move. Cleavor used Stone Axe. It's not Rock Slide. It's super effective on Pelipper. Pelipper is knocked out. Stone's Photom, my side. That is bad. I send in Lucario. Stones damage Lucario, but it's not very effective. I'm gonna have to use Surf, Mega Evolve, and I guess use a Steel move on either one. It'll be super effective. I guess I'll use it on Whimsicott. Lucario Mega Evolves. Whimsicott uses Tailwind. Kleavor uses Stone Axe on Raichu. Raichu hangs onto its Focus Sash. Raichu uses Surf. It's super effective on Kleavor, puts it down to 2% health. Not very effective on Whimsicott. Lucario uses Flash Cannon on Whimsicott and knocks it out. It is super effective. Whimsicott is down. So the opponent has Tailwind now, meaning that the speed of their Pokemon are doubled for, I think, 5 turns. Stockode sends in Basculegion. So they're definitely going to go first. This is bad. I guess all I can do is hope that Raichu gets a move in. But I'm going to use Vacuum Wave, which goes first no matter what. I'm going to knock out Kleavor, hopefully. Lucario uses Vacuum Wave, knocks out Kleavor. Kleavor is down. The opposing Basculegion uses Lash Effects on Lucario and knocks out Lucario. Sadly. Raichu uses Volt Switch. It's super effective on Basculegion, gets it down to 23% HP. Raichu comes back to me, and I send in Politoed in its place. Stones dig into Politoed. Oh, and this is bad. I have to send Raichu back in, and I forgot about the stones. The stones are going to knock Raichu out. Wow, the battle here does not look good. I probably should have faked out... I faked out the wrong thing turn 1. Yeah, that's okay. I'm trying to remember what happened exactly. Let's just see what happens. Enjoy my loss. Give me one moment, I will be right back. Sorry, folks. Had to clean up this mess I found. Anyway, I just lost. I was on a 2-win streak. Then I lost. Lucario did not come through on his debut battle. Wait, that was Lucario's second battle. He actually did well his first battle. So here we go again. Do not want to lose here twice in a row. Looks like he's got some different Pokemon compared to what I normally see. Lucario would actually be pretty good against any of those Pokemon. Raichu coming in there, potential flinch, and potential intimidate. Sharpedo could be good as well. Maybe I should bring a Raichu of my own. I don't know. Well, if he's gonna use Fake Out, then I'm just gonna use Protect with Sharpedo, so it's okay. And then then I'll just bring the weather. Just bring the weather. Pelipper with Wide Guard, and then Basculegion with the moves. Basculegion is just strong, you know. Not really worried about the weather necessarily. I should be able to control it with just one Rain Setter. And my opponent sends in Aerodactyl and this ostrich Pokemon. Espathra, is that its real name? We'll go with that for now. Espathra. And I send out Lucario and Sharpedo. So I think that thing has a speed boost, so it's probably going to use Tailwind. So I'm going to use Flash Cannon on Aerodactyl. It'll be super effective. And then Crunch, I guess, on Espathra. It'll be super effective as well. Maybe I can knock them both out in one hit. One of their Pokemon hopefully will go down. Lucario is Mega Evolving. Espathra used Protect. Aerodactyl used Earthquake. Espathra protected itself. It's super effective on Lucario. Puts it at 73 HP and also puts Sharpedo down to half health. Lucario uses Flash Cannon on Aerodactyl. It's super effective, forcing Aerodactyl to hang on to its Focus Sash. Sharpedo uses Crunch. Espathra protects itself. Espathra gets a speed boost from its ability. Sharpedo, speed boost also triggering. We'll have Lucario use a priority move, Vacuum Wave, to knock out Aerodactyl, hopefully. And I believe Sharpedo should be faster, and we're going to use a super effective move. Yes, Lucario goes first, uses Vacuum Wave on Aerodactyl. Aerodactyl faints. Espathra goes first and uses a Psychic move on Lucario. Does not knock it out, but it is down to 4 HP. Sharpedo uses Crunch and knocks out the opposing Espathra in one hit. I love to see that. One hit KOs. Sharpedo's speed boost raises it up to a second stage. Lucario hanging on by a thread at minimal HP. The opponent sends in Raichu and Melodic, their last two Pokemon. Raichu is probably going to use Fake Out. Maybe I should switch Lucario out for Basculegion. Then the Fake Out will do nothing. I really want to get rid of Raichu here, so I'm gonna go with Crunch on Raichu, or maybe Protect. Actually, I'm gonna use Protect in case I'm wrong about the fake out. Lucario, come back. Go, Basculegion. Sharpedo used Protect. Raichu used Dazzling Gleam. Sharpedo protects itself. It does a little damage to Basculegion. And Melodic uses Draining Kiss. And on Sharpedo, Sharpedo protects itself. Its speed boost goes up once again. Sharpedo's definitely going to go first here. And the opponent is using Fairy type moves, even though they don't have, even though they're not Fairy Pokemon. We already saw a Focus Sash on Aerodactyl, so I believe Sharpedo can knock out Raichu in one hit. Sharpedo uses Crunch on Raichu, knocks it out in one hit. Raichu is down. Woo! That was awesome. Melodic uses Draining Kiss on Sharpedo. It's super effective, and Sharpedo is down. It's going faster than this Basculegion. Basculegion uses Last Respects, does some damage to the Melodic. Okay, I still have Lucario and Pelipper, so I'm going to bring Pelipper in. This will change the speed situation. Basculegion should be able to go first now. The reason why Last Respects is not doing that much damage is because the power gets boosted when I have Pokemon that have already fainted. So I only have one that's fainted so far, so it's not going to do that much damage. I'm just going to go all out. Basculegion uses Last Respects, gets the Melodic down to 8% health. The opponent only has one Pokemon left. I think I'm going to win this. They use Draining Kiss on Basculegion. It does a little bit of damage, heals a little bit. Pelipper uses Hurricane on Melodic. Still doesn't knock it out. It's down to 12% health. Basculegion will finish it off, and the battle ends to a forfeit. And I have a victory against Lee. Good game, Lee. I'm so glad I did not lose that. I'm not on a winning streak, but I'm winning most of my battles, which is really all you can ask for. Pokemon can sometimes, a lot of the times, be just like a 50-50 chance game, which is what I think the developers intended, which makes it fun because it can be fun for anybody. Anybody can jump right in. Even if you're not that good, you still have a chance to win, and even if you are good, you still have a chance to lose. And it makes it to where the winners aren't cornering the league. Opponent has been found against Angelito. Checking out their team. They can change the weather with that Ice Ninetales. They can also set a Tailwind with that Talonflame. So Raichu would be good to fake out here. But then I need something that's gonna knock out either the Ninetales or the Talonflame, and I think Sharpedo can do that. There's also, I also want to bring in Pelipper for a Wide Guard, potential Blizzard, Rock Slide, or Earthquake from the opponent. And then other than that, since he can change the weather, I'm going to bring in my other weather setter. It'll be super effective against his other Pokemon too. Politoed can learn a wide range of moves, which can be helpful in different situations. For example, it knows Ice Beam, so it can one-shot the... Most of the time it one-shots a Garchomp. Actually, the only time it didn't was when there was a light screen, I believe. And even then, the Garchomp was still low health. The opponent sends out Garchomp and Meganium. It's times like this that I wish Sharpedo knew Ice Fang, which might actually be better. I might switch it because Poison Jab is just okay. I don't know. Poison Jab's actually good against Grass type. Maybe I should fake out Garchomp. And yeah, I'll just crunch it, I guess. That Meganium is probably going to use a grass move. That probably wasn't the best choice of moves, but I want to stall. I kind of want to stall. I need to start doing damage to the Meganium, but I need to stall out the Garchomp. Raichu used Fake Out on Garchomp. It's a critical hit. Rough Skin damages Raichu. Garchomp flinches and doesn't move. Sharpedo uses Poison Jab on Meganium and almost knocks it out. It's extremely effective. It's at 1% health. Meganium uses Dazzling Gleam. Knocks out Sharpedo in one hit. So when Meganium Mega Evolves, it becomes a Fairy Grass type. And so that Dazzling Gleam had extra power behind it. Knocks out Sharpedo in one hit. Ah, that is devastating. So I'm going to send in Pelipper, hoping that Garchomp does not use Earthquake here. I'm going to use Quick Attack on... Well, what is Quick Attack the right move? Actually, I'm going to use Volt Switch on Meganium, hoping it goes first. And let's do an Ice Beam on Garchomp. They withdraw Meganium. That's why I used Volt Switch, because I wanted to do more damage. And Ninetales switches it to Snow. Garchomp uses Rock Slide. No! I could have used... Oh, man. See, you never know if they're going to use Rock Slide or not. Last time I went up against Garchomp, they used... Okay, so Raichu is down. Pelipper is still up, and then uses Ice Beam on Garchomp and knocks it out! Raichu and Garchomp are both down. Last time I went up against Garchomp, it used Dragon Claw when I used Wide Guard. Oh, I'm not in a good position. Angelito sends out Melodic, and I send out Politoed, switching the weather back to rain. They still have 3 Pokemon left, but I only have 2. What are they going to do? Are they going to switch out their Ninetales? Because their Meganium's only at 1 HP. I'm just gonna use water moves for now and knock out Ninetales. Melodic is probably just gonna, I don't know, do something defensive. But Muddy Water sort of assures that, yeah, protect. That's why I don't want to target just one Pokemon here. Melodic uses Icy Wind. It's not very effective on Politoed. It hits both of my Pokemon, and both of their speeds go down by 1 stage. Politoed uses Muddy Water. Ninetales protects itself. Melodic, it hits Melodic, but it's not very effective. Pelipper uses Muddy Water. Ninetales protects itself. and it's not very effective on Melodic. Melodic's accuracy fell, which triggers its ability competitive. Whenever its stats are lowered at all, its special attack is boosted. I messed up there. Now I'm kind of on my heels. That Melodic is in a much better position to be doing damage. I've got to knock it out. Ninetales uses Disable on Politoed. Politoed's Muddy Water is disabled. Melodic uses Scald on Pelipper and knocks it out. Its special attack was raised, and Scald is boosted by the weather, even though it's not very effective on Pelipper, and Pelipper cannot hang on. Pelipper is down. So yeah, that is game. Politoed became disabled, and so the turn Politoed lost a turn there. I think I'm just gonna forfeit. Good game. Let's go on to the next. It's 3-on-1. Good game. I think I should have used Hurricane instead of Muddy Water. I thought about it. I don't think it would have knocked out Melodic, but it definitely wouldn't have boosted its attack. It would have maybe attacked. Pelipper would have hung on for one more turn, maybe. Ninetales using Disable. Yeah, I may have had a better chance there. It's okay. The previous match I won, so we'll just continue. I do not like to lose twice in a row. If I lose again, though, I'm going back to the drawing board, making a change or something. An opponent has been found. I do not know how to say their name, but I will try. Mukanja. All right. The Banette and the Meowstic, I'm unfamiliar with what moves they might use. I'm gonna bring in Lucario and Sharpedo. I did that last time and I lost, but I find that these two Pokemon are resilient against King Gambit, which is good. They might use, so Meowstic, I've seen Meowstic use Psychic Terrain. Okay, I guess from here I'll just bring in water types. Pelipper's good, and Politoed, they're both good since they know Ice Beam and they have a lot of HP, and they're not going to take a whole lot of damage against a potential Sucker Punch. I think I can win this. A lot of my Pokemon are designed for HP. Versus Mukanja. Mukanja sends out Meowstic and Como. And I send out Lucario and Sharpedo. I imagine Meowstic's going to do something defensive. Maybe Como will too. I do not want Como to get a good setup going. Which move has more power? Flash Cannon and Aura-Sphere. Flash Cannon. They can lower their special defense by 1 stage. Yeah, let's knock out Como, even though it might use Protect or something. And it's going to be resistant to these moves. Lucario is Mega Evolving. Meowstic use Reflect. That's only going to have the damage of Sharpedo's move since Lucario's made for special attack. Kommo-o uses Clangorous Soul. It boosted stats, takes some damage. Lucario uses Flash Cannon, gets it down to 18% health. Sharpedo uses Crunch, and it's resistant, and it's still up. Sharpedo gets a speed boost. Kommo-o eats some leftovers. I should be good to use Vacuum Wave. Hopefully that will knock it out. And then I'm going to use Crunch on Meowstic. It'll be super effective. Mukanja withdraws Meowstic. Sends in Banette. Banette uses Frisk. Reveals the black glasses on Sharpedo. Kommo-o uses Protect. Lucario uses Vacuum Wave. Kommo-o protects itself. Sharpedo uses Crunch on Banette. It's super effective, but the Reflect halves the damage. Banette's defense falls. It's still hanging on at 22% health. Kommo-o heals with some leftovers. Sharpedo's speed stat goes up another stage. It's up by 2 stages. Trying to maybe anticipate a switch, even though Kommo-o has boosted stats. There's a chance he could switch. How much? Oh, his stats were only boosted by 1 stage. Yeah, I'm gonna use Vacuum Wave on Kommo-o again because of that Reflect. Yeah. Lucario uses Vacuum Wave, and it's strong enough to knock out Kommo-o. Yeah. Sharpedo uses Crunch, super effective on Banette, and knocks it out. I am in a good position. I still have all my Pokemon, and they have lost 2 of theirs. And they forfeited, and I win against Mukanja. Let's go. I'm so happy I did not lose that. I'm feeling a lot more confident about my team. I'm winning most of my battles here. Let's keep this going. Let's see if I can win some more in a row. That's what you want, is the win streaks. Ooh, my opponent has some heavy hitters on their team. Since Charizard can change the weather, I might want to bring both my weather changers. Fake Out from a Raichu could be good here. And yeah, Wide Guard from Pelipper could be good. So I'll start with Pelipper, Raichu, then I'll have my other weather setter, Politoed, in the back. And then who else should I bring in? I don't like how they have Kingambit. So I should probably not bring Basculegion. I guess I'll bring in Sharpedo. It's more likely to be super effective on something. This will be interesting. Versus Fravalens. Fravalens sends out Whimsicott and what's that thing called? Sneasler. And I send out Pelipper and Raichu. Pelipper causes it to rain. I'm going to use Fake Out on... I do not want that Sneasler to attack, so hopefully a Fake Out and then a Hurricane will take care of it. Raichu uses Fake Out on Sneasler. Sneasler flinched and couldn't move. Whimsicott uses Tailwind. The opposing side's speed is boosted by... is doubled. Pelipper uses Hurricane on Sneasler and knocks it out! Hurricane never misses in rainy weather, and it's a powerful attack. The opponent sends in Garchomp. What should I do? Wide Guard? No, it's okay. I'm gonna believe in my Pokemon here and just try to knock it out with whatever damage I can. Luckily, Pelipper knows Ice Beam and can knock it out. Whimsicott uses Moonblast on Raichu, putting it down to 41 HP. Garchomp uses Rock Slide, knocks out Raichu. It's super effective on Pelipper, but Pelipper is still in the green health, just a little over half HP. Pelipper uses Ice Beam on Garchomp and knocks it out in one hit! Woo! Garchomp is down! Pelipper heals with some leftovers. Okay, so I'm going to bring in Sharpedo. I'm going to use Protect and then Hurricane so I can knock out... Oh, and what do we have here? It's Kingambit. They have 2 Pokemon left and a Tailwind. I'm going to use Protect on Sharpedo to give him start that speed boost, and then a Hurricane on Whimsicott, hopefully knocking it out. Sharpedo uses Protect. Whimsicott uses Moonblast on Pelipper. Pelipper hangs on at 24 HP. It's in the red. Kingambit uses Keto Cleave on Pelipper. No! Sharpedo! Not getting a failed... How should I put this? I didn't even get to do any damage. Oh my god, that was bad. No! Kingambit used Keto Cleave, knocking out Pelipper, and I didn't even get to use any of my moves on them. They still have the Tailwind for one more turn. I'm just gonna have to see what I can do here. Whimsicott uses Moonblast on Sharpedo, knocks it out in one hit. Dang! Ugh. That Tailwind, even after a speed boost, they're still faster. Kingambit uses Low Kick on Pelipper, on Politoed, I mean. Politoed uses Muddy Water. It's not very effective on Whimsicott. Whimsicott's accuracy falls. The opposing side's Tailwind is over. Whimsicott uses Moonblast. Does some damage, gets Politoed below half health, forces it to eat a Citrus Berry. Politoed uses Ice Beam on Whimsicott, knocks it out. Kingambit uses Keto Cleave, almost knocking out Pelipper. The rain is over with, and it's going to use Sucker Punch for sure. The game is going to go to them. Yeah, good game. Balls! Hey, I'm at a point where I'm winning one and losing one. The victor goes to Fravalens. I'm stuck at rank 4. It's alright, it's alright. I think sometimes the opponent just has the type. And there's not a whole lot you can do about it. I think my mistake was I did not bring Lucario. Alright. Another Whimsicott. Charizard. And they got a Cleavor. And then they also got that Serena, which can negate priority moves. So even if I tried to fake out, there's a chance they won't let me. I guess I'll have to bring in something that can resist that super effective rock attack. Maybe I just won't even fake out in the first place. They're probably not going to fake out. But with that electricity, they got that electricity. Maybe I bring in a Raichu at the start. Still yet. I'll still bring in Raichu at the start, and then come in with the other Weather Setter and Sharpedo or Basculegion. Basculegion. They don't have Sucker Punch. I'm feeling pretty good about my choices. Versus Maxon. Maxon sends out Whimsicott and Heliolisk. And I send out Raichu and Pelipper. Heliolisk is pretty good. It has probably the ability Dry Skin, which will absorb my water moves. Maybe I just don't worry about it for now and just try to take out Whimsicott. I'm just going to go ahead and attempt the fake out. If they switch to Serena, that's fine. Fake out Whimsicott. Raichu use fake out. Hits Whimsicott. Whimsicott flinches and doesn't move. Heliolisk uses Hyper Voice. Hits both my Pokemon. Puts Raichu at half health. Politoed uses Ice Beam on Whimsicott and knocks it out. It's super effective. We get a knockout turn 1. Maxon sends in Serena. I thought it might have brought Serena, but he did not switch into it that first turn. I guess I shall continue to use Ice Beam. And perhaps Volt Switch into something that will... I'll Volt Switch into a Ghost type. Oh, Heliolisk goes first with Hyper Voice, knocks out Raichu. I probably should have switched to Basculegion. It chips at Politoed, forcing it to eat a Citrus Berry. Oh, and a big Trop Kick from Serena. A critical hit. Knocks out Politoed. I don't even get to attack that turn. How unfortunate. That is not what I needed right there. I wonder if Heliolisk has... I wonder if he's holding a focus. I wonder if he's holding a Choice Scarf right now, because it's really fast. I've got to knock out that Serena so I can... Oh no! I just realized Basculegion doesn't have any moves that can work on Heliolisk. I'm in a very bad position now. Heliolisk uses Hyper Voice. It doesn't affect Basculegion. I think it is locked into a Choice Scarf. It damages Grace, but it's still over halfway. Basculegion uses Lash Effects on Serena, puts it at 5% health. Serena uses Tropical Kick on Basculegion. Huge damage, almost knocks it out, but it hangs on at 17 HP. Basculegion's attack goes down by 1 stage. Pelipper uses Hurricane on Serena, knocks it out. Okay, so what's going to happen here? The Charizard probably will Mega Evolve to Y, and that will take away the speed boost that Basculegion has. Let me just do a Wide Guard. Hopefully that will thwart their turn. Do I use Wave Crash? That would be risky. No, I'm just going to use Lash Specs on Charizard, I guess, because I don't want to knock myself out there. Yep, Charizard's reacting to the Y. Charizard Mega Evolves Y and changes the weather to brightly sunny. Pelipper uses Wide Guard. Heliolisk uses Hyper Voice. Wide Guard protects both my Pokemon. Charizard uses Solar Beam. Ah, great. I thought it was going to use Heat Wave. And it knocks out Basculegion. And once again, I do not get a move off. Oh, Heliolisk has Solar Power! Wow! I could have been using a Water move on it this whole time. But, I mean, Water is not super... Water's not super effective. But still, this is bad. Let's just see what happens. Pelipper has high HP and maybe the opponent will miss. Yeah, right. So Heliolisk power is boosted in the sun. Wow, Heliolisk is good. You never know what it's built for. You could have it built for a sun team or a water team. And that is 2 in a row that I lost. Time to go back to the drawing board. Man. Man, Sharpedo did have some one shots, but he also got knocked out in one hit quite a bit. Lucario actually hung on. Sharpedo. What do I like about Sharpedo? I mean, I already have water Pokemon. I think Sharpedo has kind of become the loose slot now. What should I use instead of Sharpedo? Maybe I should try a Heliolisk of my own. What is this? Araquanid. It doesn't have the highest stats, but it could be nice. It could be a Pokemon that holds up well. It's really only weak against flying, and I haven't seen a ton of flying. People seem to not be using Aerodactyl as much, and if I get Pelipper in there for a Wide Guard, ooh, Arachnoid can also learn Wide Guard, so that kind of frees me up for flexibility. I don't need to have Pelipper in every time. It'd be interesting to try. You know, this game is new, the lineup is limited. And so either any strategy would be good. Thing is, with Helios seems good, but I already have an electric type. But that logic is not exactly applicable. I've got so many water types on my team. Yeah, I just want to bring in someone that can take a hit. Let's get a Araquanid trained. Water absorb. I wonder what ability it has and all that. I know it's not very fast at all, so I'll have to be mindful of that. So what item do I give it? Citrus berry and leftovers are already taken. Maybe I just give it bright powder, so that way the Pokemon, or I could give it something that boosts the power of bug moves. Do I have something like that? Is that even a thing? Boost the power of bug moves. I don't even know if that's even a good idea. Or I could have the berry that shaves off the damage of a flying attack. Maybe that would be better. Sort of a defensive approach. Yeah, maybe I should build him up first. Actually, let's train him. Okay. So it's strongest in attack, is that correct? Yeah. So let's change his personality to adamant. Boosting his attack. And you have to lower another one, so I'm going to lower a special attack, and I just won't have any special attacks. You get two, once you choose 2 stats to max out, you have 2 points to apply to. And so I give that to maybe the defensive part that needs more help, which in this case is defense. Alright. Let's look at its abilities. Water absorb or water bubble. Water bubble halves the damage the Pokemon takes from fire type moves and doubles the power of its water type moves. And the Pokemon cannot be burned. Doubles the power of its water moves? Get out of here! That can be bad. That can be nasty. Maybe even stronger than Sharpedo. Water absorb. Water moves do not work on the Pokemon. Instead, they restore 1/4 of its max HP. Well, since Raichu uses Surf, that could be pretty good. But I'm going to go with Water Bubble because it can't be burned. That is good. Alright. So its strongest water move is Liquidation. We're going to go with that. And let's see what its strongest bug move. Lunge. Lowers the target's attack stage by 1. Could be pretty good. Or X-Scissor. It doesn't... X-Scissor is the same stats, but it doesn't do any secondary ability. What does Skitter Smack do? Lowers the target's special attack by 1 stage. Lunge is a higher power, so I'm going to go with that. Gotta be mindful of the potential Defiant Pokemon. Don't want to lower their stats. But in that case, I'll use different moves. Alright, what should I have it learn? There's 2 other moves you can teach it. 4 moves total. If it's flying type that I'm afraid of, I need to think of something that can be good against that. I like ice moves, but the ice moves that this Pokemon learns is special attack. And this Pokemon is not built for special attack, it's built for attack. Not a whole lot of moves in the attack department, really. Poison Jab. That's like the only other choice. Besides Crunch. Either Poison Jab or Crunch. Poison Jab is the only real choice between those. And then other than that, it's like all I can choose is Wide Guard to potentially mess the opponent up. I don't even see Poison Jab being useful, really. I could build the Pokemon for special attack, and it does. And with Water Bubble, it'll still get a boost, but its other moves won't be boosted very well. No, I guess I'll just go with this. It is what it is. Let's do it. Commence training. Okay, now I'm gonna figure out what item to give it. What item should I give it? Something that helps it maybe defensively. Oh yeah, I was thinking about a berry that reduces flying type damage. Ooh, actually I'm gonna do Quick Claw. That could be crazy. Yeah, let's do this. Oh wait, I saw something. I unlocked something. An achievement. Ooh, I got a badge. An honor given to a hard-hitting trainer who has landed 100 critical hits. Nice. Dope. All right, let's get back into it. I swapped out a Pokemon. I lost twice in a row, so I'm making a change. Swapping out Sharpedo for Araquanid, hoping that Bulk will serve me better than Speed. Here we go. Yeah, my Pokemon are all built for HP. Every single one, actually. Well, Raichu is built for speed. Okay, this opponent looks like it'll be a challenge. I'm gonna bring in Lucario, hoping to knock out Sharpedo. Hoping to knock out its King Gambit. Is it gonna start off with Garchomp? You know, it also has Charizard. Could potentially change the weather. I just realized Araquanid is weak to rock. I don't know how good that's going to be here. I kind of want to bring something with wide guard, but I don't want to risk the rock exposure either. Maybe this will be fine. On second thought, I maybe should have brought more ice. He's got 2 dragon types that are going to be resistant to my water attacks. He sends out King Gambit and Glamora, and I send out Politoed and Lucario. I want to knock out that King Gambit. They nicknamed him Mitten Roshi. And then I'm going to use Earth Power on Glamora. It'll be extremely effective. A fighting type move used on a King Gambit is also extremely effective. Hopefully I get 2 one-shot knockouts here. Hopefully they don't have a Focus Sash. Focus Sash really messes up my strategy most of the time, since I typically go for one-shot KOs. Maybe they'll be defensive. Lucario is Mega Evolving. King Gambit uses Protect. Glamora uses Earth Power. Almost knocks out Lucario, puts it at 23 HP. It's down in the red. Lucario uses Aura Sphere. King Gambit blocks it with Protect. Politoed uses Earth Power. It's extremely effective, and it forces Glamora to hang on to its Focus Sash. Glamora is faster than Lucario, so I'm going to have to use Vacuum Wave on Glamora so it doesn't get a move in. And as for that King Gambit, I'm considering switching Pokemon. Yeah, I'm going to switch to Araquanid. Maybe a Keto Cleave won't do very much damage. Glamora used Spiky Shield. Lucario used Vacuum Wave. Glamora protects itself. Mitten Roshi used Sucker Punch, but it failed. I called him Mitten Roshi, that's his nickname. I was talking about King Gambit. I'll do Vacuum Wave again on Glamora. He'll probably switch Pokemon, but that's okay. And are they going to use Sucker Punch? I'm not sure, but against... I'm just going to use Liquidation on King Gambit, hopefully knocking it out in one hit. Araquanid being powerful. Water attacks are being boosted. Lucario goes first, uses Vacuum Wave. It's a priority move. It goes first no matter what. It knocks out Glamora. Ooh, the King Gambit uses Low Kick on Lucario. It's super effective. Lucario was already low health, and it knocks it out. Araquanid uses Liquidation. It does not knock out the King Gambit, but it's down to 24% HP. The King Gambit is faster than the Araquanid, and it has a lot of HP. I'm going to send in Basculegion now. And I realized a Sucker Punch from King Gambit would be pretty bad, so I'm just going to use Protect, giving Araquanid time to finish off that King Gambit. Dragonite's going to get a free move here, most likely. Hopefully it'll be wasted on the Basculegion protecting itself. But other possibilities might be Dragon Dance, which would be bad. Dragonite is Mega Evolving. The Mega Dragonite is built for special attack, so it's probably not going to use Dragon Dance. Basculegion uses Protect. Kingambit uses Protect. The Dragonite uses Tailwind. Araquanid uses Liquidation. Kingambit protects itself. Okay, the question is now is, does Dragonite know Hurricane? I'm going to use Aqua Jet on the Kingambit. Hopefully it'll attack before the Sucker Punch goes off. And yeah, I'm just gonna attack the Dragonite because I don't know what move it'll do, and I only have one other Pokemon left back there. Only one more turn of the rain. This will be so I need that Pokemon to bring the rain back. Araquanid's Quick Claw triggers, but the priority moves will still go first. Basculegion uses Aqua Jet, knocks out Kingambit. Araquanid uses Liquidation, knocking off the multi-scale. It's not very effective. In fact, the damage was reduced down to 1/4 damage because of multi-scale, but that won't happen a second time. Dragonite, big Draco Meteor on Araquanid, puts it down a little bit past half health. The rain goes away. Dragonite's special attack is reduced harshly. The opponent sends in its last Pokemon, Basculegion. The opponent has Tailwind. For 2 more turns. I might be in the right mind to use Protect. Liquidation is not very good right here. Oh no, I ran out of time. My Basculegion uses Protect. The other Basculegion uses Last Respects. My Basculegion blocks it. Dragonite uses Draco Meteor on Araquanid, and Araquanid is still up. Araquanid uses Liquidation on Dragonite. Dragonite is down to 44% health. Its defense is lowered by 1 stage. I mean, its defense? Yeah, its defense is lowered by 1 stage. What do I do here? I'm going to switch Pokemon, hoping that the rain will boost the speed enough, even though they still have a Tailwind. The speed might be a speed tie. Don't know for sure, but let's see what happens. The opposing Dragonite uses Extreme Speed on, yeah, and the opposing Basculegion still goes first. Let me rewind. Dragonite uses Extreme Speed on Politoed after I switched out my Pokemon. And then Basculegion still had the speed advantage there, and it knocks out my Basculegion. Not good for me. And oh, the extreme speed is bad. I'm not in a good position, actually. I really couldn't have done anything besides maybe like another Protect. That extreme speed kind of does me in. Even though Dragonite's special attack is down by 4 stages, it has extreme speed. And it is enough to knock out Araquanid. This is bad. Basculegion uses Last Respects and knocks out Politoed. That was bad! That was bad! Why was that so bad? Tailwind? Yeah, the fact that he had Tailwind, you know, that was another reason to try to protect again, to get that Tailwind off of there. And then, yeah, extreme speed. Let's try again. That was only 1 loss. The Araquanid's first battle. Maybe that was, you know, it's a warm-up. Araquanid was just getting warmed up. That's what it was. But surprised to see that it did not knock out a Kingambit with its liquidation. Boosted by its, not only boosted by its, by the weather, it was boosted by its ability too. Still didn't knock it out. Okay. This team might be kind of hard. I'm going to bring in Raichu for a fake out. Pelipper for super effective moves. Actually, Politoed has super effective moves as well. I guess either one would be fine. What should I do? 22 seconds left. I think I for some reason I feel like I just have to bring in Lucario because of and I'm going to start with Pelipper instead of Politoed. Versus ya boy. Yobi. I was calling him Yobi. Yobi sends out Arcanine, the rock fire type, and they also send out Garchomp. Are they going to use Rock Slide? Let's fake out Arcanine and then use Muddy Water. Raichu uses Fake Out. Not very effective on Arcanine. Garchomp uses Rock Slide. Raichu is still above half health. It's super effective on Pelipper. Arcanine flinches and doesn't move. Pelipper uses Muddy Water, one-shots Arcanine, and gets Garchomp down to 45% health. Pelipper heals a little bit with leftovers. Yobi sends in Floette. Okay, so the Floette is gonna Mega Evolve most likely and use a Fairy move. Maybe I do Wide Guard with Pelipper and then Volt Switch the Raichu. Or Surf. Maybe just Surf. What would I switch if I Volt Switched? You know, nothing that great. I'll just use Surf and Wide Guard. I feel like this is not going to be a very this turn is going to be more productive for him than me, I'll admit. Let's see. Floette Mega Evolves and emits a Fairy Aura. All Fairy moves are boosted. Pelipper uses Wide Guard. Garchomp uses Rock Slide. Wide Guard protects both my team from Rock Slide. The opponent uses Dazzling Gleam, and Wide Guard protects from that move as well. But Pokemon take no damage from their move, both their moves. Raichu uses Surf. Wide Guard protects. Wide Guard protected my own team too. That's awesome. It almost knocks out Garchomp. Sweet. I wonder if Garchomp is locked in with Choice Scarf. Not sure. Should I use Quick Attack? Yeah, I'm gonna use Quick Attack. Garchomp is at 10% health and it has Rough Skin. I'm not sure if that's gonna work. But yeah, if it doesn't, maybe Pelipper can hold on and get a Muddy Water in there. Raichu uses Quick Attack, and it does not knock out the Garchomp. It's at 1% health. Floette changes its style and uses Moonblast, knocks out Pelipper. And Garchomp will change its style as well. It uses Dragon Claw. It's a critical hit, knocks out Raichu. Man. I'm down to my last two Pokemon. I send in Politoed and Lucario. I'm just going to use Muddy Water because the power is boosted in the rain. Lucario is going to Mega Evolve and just get a quick move in on Garchomp. Lucario Mega Evolves. Lucario goes first, uses Vacuum Wave, knocks out Garchomp. Does not take damage from Rough Skin since that was a special move. The opposing Floette uses Dazzling Gleam and does a lot of damage, putting my Pokemon at about half health. Politoed uses Muddy Water, puts the Floette at 22% health and lowers its accuracy by 1 stage. The opponent sends in oh wow, it sends in King Gambit and its power is boosted by the Fallen. That's even better than Defiant. My priority move is not very effective against the opposing Floette. And if it goes first, which it will, it's gonna do me in. I'm in a bad position here. I'll use Vacuum Wave, and it's extremely effective, so should knock it out. Yeah! Vacuum Wave, extremely effective! And it knocks out the King Gambit in 1 hit, and it goes first. Floette uses Energy Ball, knocks out Politoed instead of Lucario. I'm still not, and the rain is over. We're both down to our last two Pokemon. I still don't like what I'm seeing here because it can just knock me out in 1 hit with a Dazzling Gleam. My only hope is that should I use Vacuum Wave? No, it's not gonna do it. My only hope is that they miss. I'm gonna use Flash Cannon. Yeah, they use Moonblast, and that's game. Fuck! Good game. Dude, I lost twice in a row. What's going on? Not good. My rank is going down. Man. Who do I blame for this? Maybe I have to give Lucario Bullet Punch. Maybe that would have done it. I don't know though. Its attack is lowered. And then if I change that, then I have to lower his speed. Is that going to be okay? I guess that'll be okay. Boost special attack, but lower speed. He'll be quiet, and then that way, if I need to use Bullet Punch, it'll actually do decent damage. And since it's Mega Evolved, that should help too, so. Alright, let's try this again. Just because I lose twice doesn't mean I need to replace a Pokemon, just means I just need to change something, so this time I just changed one of the moves. Hopefully it'll work out better. Okay, versus Sky Salmon. Ooh, their team is all shiny. Except Kangaskhan? Okay. They've got 3 Psychic types. Potential Trick Room. Potential Fake Outs. Basculegion might be good at first. And then I got somebody who's bringing the rain. I want to boost the power of its water move. I think they're probably going to use Farafigig to set the rain. Lucario can't be made to flinch either, so this should be good to start with. And then that Camerupt. And then, even though they're not going to change the weather, Araquanid's attack could be lowered by Incineroar. I should have moves to take. I should have the right moves to take them out. Looks like he's really into Basculegion and Incineroar. But they start with Kangaskhan and Espathra, so I guess it is called Espathra. Alright, what's going to happen here? Potential Protect from Espathra, potential Fake Out from Kangaskhan. I hope he does do Fake Out because it will not work on my Pokemon. Who should we take out? Espathra also knows Trick Room. I think we should take out Kangaskhan. Just put in as much power as you can. Aura Sphere is super effective on it. I anticipate we're both going to Mega Evolve. and so it's gonna. That Kangaskhan has got a lot of HP. Lucario Mega Evolves. Kangaskhan uses Fake Out on Basculegion, and it hits because Kangaskhan has the ability Scrappy. Espathra puts up Reflect, and it doesn't do anything against Lucario's Aura Sphere, which is a special attack. It's super effective and knocks out Kangaskhan in one hit. Basculegion flinches and doesn't move. Espathra's ability Speed Boost raises its speed by 1 stage. And turn 1, we get a one-hit KO from Lucario. The opponent sends in Incineroar, lowers the attack stage of both my Pokemon. I thought Lucario's attack stat couldn't be lowered. Man. He's probably going to use Fake Out, which I know for this time it will not work. I'm going to use Wave Crash on Incineroar and Aura Sphere on Incineroar too, I guess. I don't know what the Espathra is going to do. Maybe its moves. I'm not scared by its moves. Yep, Incineroar uses Fake Out on Lucario. It's not very effective on Lucario. Espathra uses Calm Mind. Its special attack and special defense rose. Lucario flinched? What? I thought I had its ability set to where it couldn't flinch. I need to change that. Nobody has Mold Breaker here. And wait, what happened? Did Incineroar just eat a Wave Crash like it was nothing? I wasn't paying attention. I got kind of lost there because of the ability. Espathra uses Calm Mind. Its special attack and special defense is up, and its speed is up because of its ability. Mega Lucario uses... Oh yeah, because the Reflect is up. That's why Basculegion's Wave Crash isn't doing much damage. Lucario knocks out Incineroar with an Aura Sphere. Basculegion trying to do as much damage as you can on the Espathra, but that Reflect is halving the damage of those physical attacks. Basculegion's also attack stat is also lowered by 1 stage right now. So with that Espathra being in a really good position, when is it going to be offensive is the question. I'm going to use Aqua Jet on Camerupt in case that Espathra goes first. This move is going to be super effective, extremely effective I should say. Might not knock it out because of the Reflect, but I'm going to do what I can. Also, yeah, we do not want that Camerupt to attack at all, so I'm going to go for an Aura Sphere on it too. Ooh, Camerupt is Mega Evolving. That looks crazy. It's a volcano. Espathra uses Protect. Interesting. Basculegion uses Aqua Jet. It gets Camerupt down to 53% health. Lucario uses Aura Sphere. And knocks out the Camerupt! Let's go! Huge damage from Aura Sphere. And Lucario gets its 3rd KO. Let's go. And the opponent forfeited. Wow, yeah. I was wondering, I thought it was going to attack with that Espathra. It was doing such a setup. Oh, you know what happened? I bet he was trying to do Baton Pass. Yeah, or a Psych Up. He was trying to do some type of trick. But since I kept knocking out his Pokemon, he was not able to pull that off. So He did all that setup with nothing to give it to. I wonder if that Espathra even had any offensive moves. Good game. Let's see if we can win another one. Coming back in from editing my team. Oh, I didn't check the ability of my Lucario. I forgot. What is its ability? Oh wait, when it Mega Evolves, its ability changes. I didn't even look into that. I'm gonna have to look that up real quick. I guess I'll do that in a sec. Who should I bring in against them? That Medicham knows Fake Out, and so does that Sneasler. He's also got that Illusion Pokemon. So I'm gonna bring in the, you know, I say Lucario can't flinch, but that's only turn 1. And so that means I can't, and I say turn 1 because Fake Out is only usable turn 1, at least the turn that the Pokemon comes in, and then I have to Mega Evolve too. I want to Mega Evolve, but once I Mega Evolve, then he can flinch, and that's bad. Although a Fake Out of my own could be good, but no. He could trick me with his Ghost type. Wide Guard could be good. Let's go with this. I was running out of time, so I kind of just picked one. Versus Daz. Daz sends in Aerodactyl and Drampa. Will Aerodactyl use Tailwind? I'm actually not very afraid of it right now. I'm more afraid of Drampa. I'm gonna try to knock it out. Thing is, one of them has... I'm gonna use Wave Crash on Aerodactyl actually. One of them has a... I bet Aerodactyl has a Focus Sash. I've got to get to work on both of them. I've seen Lucario do massive damage. Drampa is high in HP, and I could be feeding right into its ability Berserker, but that's okay. Lucario Mega Evolves and Drampa Mega Evolves. The shiny Drampa Mega Evolving, it looks awesome. Aerodactyl uses Tailwind. Drampa uses Earth Power on Lucario and knocks it out in one hit! That is not good. Lucario is down. Mega on Mega. That was powerful. Basculegion uses Wave Crash on Aerodactyl, and Aerodactyl hangs on to its Focus Sash. Drampa under a Tailwind. That is not good. I'm gonna have to bring in some Rain Power to help with this. And I bet that Drampa knows Thunderbolt too. What sucks is I have to use Aqua Jet here. And that Pelipper, Drampa is probably gonna use Thunderbolt. But I'm gonna have to use an Ice move against it. What type is it actually? Normal Dragon, so that didn't change. Alright, Ice Beam. And then I have to use Aqua Jet here on Aerodactyl because they have Tailwind, so they're gonna go for... Oh, Aerodactyl uses Protect! Not good. Basculegion uses Aqua Jet. Aerodactyl protects itself. Drampa uses Draco Meteor on Basket Legion. And Basket Legion is down. Drampa special attack harshly falling. That Mega Drampa is a threat. It just got 2 knockouts in a row. Pelipper uses Ice Beam. It's super effective on it. Gets it down to 48% health. And it's frozen. Its ability Berserk is triggered. Its special attack is high now. And all I've got left is Araquanid. Probably not the best choice here. Will Aerodactyl use Rock Slide? I guess I'll use Wide Guard. Araquanid's Quick Claw goes first. But it's going to use Wide Guard, so the Quick Claw didn't even matter. Damn! Aerodactyl uses Dual Wing Beat. It's super effective on Araquanid. Hits it twice, but Araquanid is still out. Wow. The Drampa thaws out. Uses Draco Meteor on Pelipper. Pelipper is still up at 37 HP. Pelipper uses Ice Beam. Knocks out Drampa. It's a critical hit, but that did not matter. It was already at half health. Pelipper heals a little bit with some leftovers. And he sends out Rotom Wash. This is bad. He's got a Tailwind too. I'm just gonna forfeit. I could have knocked out Aerodactyl on that previous turn if I had used something besides Wide Guard. And Araquanid is down. That is a loss. That's okay, you know, I won the previous one, so we'll just keep going. Let's try again. My ranking is going down overall. I'm not even in the top 80,000 anymore. Okay, looks like my opponent is from China. Checking out their team. And they're not really using those top tier Pokemon necessarily, but they do have Sneasler. What could that Sableye possibly do? I'm gonna send a Pokemon that can take a hit, you know? Super effective bug move, potentially. Mega Lucario later, I guess. And more rain. Yeah, because Basket Legion doesn't do well against Heliolisk, so. Maybe we got this. Let's go for a dub. It's Serena and... what Pokemon is that? Emolga. Emolga and Serena. I send in Pelipper and Araquanid. I should probably take out that Emolga since it has electric moves. I don't know. It's probably, it could use Volt Switch. Serena uses Protect. Emolga uses Electro Web. It's extremely effective on Pelipper, almost knocks it out. It's in the red at 19 HP. Their speed is lowered. My team's speed is lowered from Electro Web. Pelipper uses Muddy Water. Serena protects itself. Hits Emolga pretty hard, gets it in the red, and Araquanid will finish it off with Liquidation. Emolga is down. Turn 1, we have a knockout. My team's speed is lowered by 1 stage. The opponent sends in Heliolisk. It's probably going to use an electric move. I didn't bring Raichu. Raichu absorbs electric moves. Should I use Wide Guard? I'm going to use Hurricane on Serena, and then I guess Wide Guard with Araquanid. Araquanid use Wide Guard. Heliolisk use Parabolic Charge. Wide Guard protects both my team. But it still hits his teammate. It does little damage to Serena. It's not very effective. Serena used Trop Kick on Araquanid. Araquanid is still up in the red at 35. His attack is lowered. Pelipper uses Hurricane. Serena eats a berry that reduces the damage of the move. It's down to 26% HP. Pelipper heals with some leftovers. What is Serena gonna do? Right now I kind of need Quick Claw to come into play so I can knock out Serena. I don't know what Heliolisk's ability is, so I'm just going to use Ice Beam on it. It's probably not going to use Parabolic Charge again. Yeah, so what I'm hoping for here is... Quick Claw. And it doesn't go off. Serena is down to 13% HP, so... Heliolisk gets off a Parabolic Charge, hitting all the Pokemon, even its own. Serena's at 13% health. Knocks out both my Pokemon. I should have just Wide Guarded again, maybe. But I don't know who Serena was targeting. I can't use priority moves because of that Serena. So I need to get rid of it. He withdraws Heliolisk. Sends in Sneasler. Serena goes first, uses Trop Kick on Politoed, knocks it out in one hit. It's super effective. Lucario uses Aura Sphere on Sneasler. It's not very effective. Now it's 3-on-1, and I cannot use priority moves. They're probably going to use Fake Out and then a fighting move. This is bad. The opponent withdraws Serena, sends in Heliolisk. Sneasler uses Fake Out. It's not very effective on Lucario. Lucario flinch and doesn't move. The rain stops. Maybe he'll switch Sneasler out. Yeah, right. Heliolisk used Shed Tail. It's a move that it creates. It's basically Baton Pass and Minimize combined. It gives them Minimize to the next Pokemon. And Sneasler uses Close Combat, not even giving Lucario a chance to attack. I gotta go to the bathroom. Good game. Now it's like I need to make a change because I lost. But what do I change? Not doing that great. Maybe I do a little recruiting. You know? I've got so many victory points. Thing is, if whenever I do this, I have to return one. Rotom. Some of these, like, it seems like I'll never use. Like, he's got high defense, but big deal. I like Ghost type. Like, I probably never use him either. He's got a good ability, but he's not that fast, so it's like, what's the point? Some of these, yeah, can be trashed, I guess. Blastoise? Special attack. HP. It's okay. Archulodon, though. I've seen people do well with him. I should probably give him a chance. Oh, let's send this back. I'm never gonna use this. Dedenne. Okay. Maybe I'll do more water types. Yeah, let's do, or even fighting, no. Water. Whiff. Here's a fighting type. With Intimidate. Its stats aren't that great. I don't want any of these Pokemon, man. Send it back. I think you have to pick one and put it on trial and then just let it go. Trial. What if I don't want any of them, man? It says view current lineup. Send it back. Maybe I do trial. And then I release and... just release them back. He's on a trial too. Just put the trials back. I have a bunch of these water tickets. Trying to get Vaporeon. Vaporeon has high HP. Whiff. Although Samurott is pretty good. Pikachu. Samurott, and we'll do a permanent recruitment. Let's do one more. Let's return Mudsdale, I guess. Even Luxray. Oh, its ability Guts is interesting. Gourgeist still probably never use. try this again. Yes, Vaporeon. Hold up. Whoa. Is this a shiny one? Oh no, it's Dusk form. Huh. There's no shinies here. But Hisuian Desudai, interesting. Fighting grass type. No, let's get what we came here for. The Vaporeon. Look at that HP. It's not even trained and it's over 200. That is beautiful. I kind of want to try him. That's going to be better than a Raquanid, I think. Yeah, let's try that. Gotta get you trained. We'll max out special attack and HP. And put the rest into defense since that's where he needs it. And then we'll make his personality modest, boosting special attack and lowering attack. Let me look something up about Lucario. I need to understand its Mega Evolution. So anytime I look up a Pokemon, I just type in the Pokemon's name and then the letters DB. That takes me to Pokemon Database. I type on Mega Lucario and I see that its ability is adaptability. Okay, so that's gonna no wonder that it's been hitting so hard. That boosts the power of the moves that share a type with it. So the steel moves and the fighting moves are boosted. No wonder he's been hitting so hard. I like that. I got 2 different priority moves for him, so they're both gonna be boosted regardless of where the stats are put. And just for laughs, I'm going to look at the stats. Oh, whenever it Mega Evolves, it's actually built for attack. Before it Mega Evolves, it's built for special attack. Wow. I'm going to keep my build, but that is good to know. More reason to keep my build because Lucario has special attacks and physical attacks, so it's good to know that that physical one, Bullet Punch, will be boosted when it Mega Evolves. Back to Vaporeon, let's look at their abilities. Either Hydration cures the Pokemon's status conditions at the end of every turn in rain, or Water Absorb. Water type moves do not work on the Pokemon. Instead, they restore 1/4 of its maximum HP. That could be good with Raichu that's using Surf. Sort of healing Vaporeon in that case. Hydration cures the Pokemon status condition at the end of every turn in rain. Well, I do run a rain team, but I do not see a whole lot of status conditions going on. Even if the Pokemon gets burnt, it's not really going to affect it. Water Absorb might actually come through for me a little more often than, in fact, that will, yeah, it could potentially give me a turn if the opponent messes up. Alright, what's the strongest water move that's a special attack that Vaporeon can learn? Most of these turns are physical. Okay, Hydro Pump. Sadly, I don't like how Hydro Pump has a low accuracy. It tends to miss. Muddy Water is good. It hits both of the Pokemon. I guess I'll have to go with that. And then an Ice move. That comes clutch. Ice Beam against Garchomp. You just always need that. And then against a grass, yeah, the ice goes good against a grass type as well. But if I'm going up against an electric type, it'd be good to have a ground move. But the ground move that it learns, Mud Slap, it only has 20 power. That's not going to do anything. Haze eliminates every stat change in the entire field. Interesting. Calm Mind. Fake Tears lowers the target's special defense stat by 2 stages. That's interesting. Welcome to the stream. I'm editing my team right now. I had a couple losses there. I'm trying out Vaporeon now. What does Alluring Voice do? Confuses the target if its stats were boosted during the turn this move is used. Confuses the target if its stats were boosted during the turn this move is... Oh, okay, whatever. Baby Doll Eyes lowers the target's stat. Charm lowers the target's attack by 2 stages. That could be pretty good. Does he know any healing moves? Ooh, he can learn Quick Attack. Weather Ball. Wish gives the user's spot the wish status. At the end of the next turn after wish status is activated, the HP of the Pokemon in the affected spot will be restored by 1/2 the max HP. Nice. That is a healing move, but it takes a turn to happen. Wish and Detect. If I can, I mean, he's gonna have the highest HP on my team, so I need to give him things that heal him. For example, I think leftover. If I'm gonna run like a protect build, then leftovers is what I'm gonna need for him. Let's try it out. You never know. Commence training. Vaporeon coming out of the gym. Let's rearrange my items now. I really want Vaporeon to have leftovers, actually. And therefore, Pelipper needs an item now. I like the Citrus Berry on Politoed. He really doesn't have any other means of healing. The only other thing I can think of is Bright Powder or Sharp, what is it? Sharp Beak. That boosts the power of flying moves. Man, even Quick Claw might be okay. Let's go. I guess we'll just go with Bright Powder because that goes well with Muddy Water. If I can lower their accuracy, then Bright Powder sort of helps with that. And yeah, dodging a rock slide will help. Alright, let's go with this. See where it lands me. Got a new recruit. Pokemon Champions. Ranked double battles. Using a rain team. Vaporeon being the new MVP here. Or MVP. The rookie, I should say. The reason why I'm keeping Raichu around is because he has, he's got Lightning Rod, which absorbs electric moves, but I have not been bringing him in at the right times. And he also has a, now that I have Vaporeon, a Surf will do well. It can heal Vaporeon. If Raichu uses Surf, it can heal Vaporeon. Okay. My opponent has Charizard, which can change the weather. Aerodactyl, which can give a tailwind. I'm going to start with Raichu since I can use Fake Out and maybe knock out one of his Pokemon to start off with. Let's do it like this. And then who's going to be the anchor? Basculegion with the ghost moves. I don't even get to try Vaporeon here, but that's okay. I wonder if Vaporeon can learn Psychic. That would be clutch. The opponent sends in Aerodactyl and Mimikyu, and I send in Raichu and Pelipper. I kind of want to stop the Aerodactyl, so I'm going to use Fake Out and then Muddy Water. Hopefully knocking out Aerodactyl and also knocking off the Disguise of Mimikyu. Raichu uses Fake Out. It's not very effective on Aerodactyl. Aerodactyl flinches and doesn't move. Mimikyu uses Sword Dance. Mimikyu's attack rose by 2 stages. Pelipper uses Muddy Water. Yes! It's super effective on Aerodactyl. Aerodactyl is down. Mimikyu's Disguise is busted. It loses a little HP. The opponent sends in Garchomp. What's Garchomp gonna do? Rock Slide or Dragon Claw? Probably a Rock Slide. I would like to get an Ice Beam in on Garchomp. Please let me do that. Raichu uses Volt Switch on Mimikyu, gets it down to 48% health. Raichu goes back to me, and I'm going to send in Politoed, I guess. I mean, Basculegion actually has more HP, but I'm going to send in Politoed. Garchomp uses Dragon Claw on Politoed, gets it down to halfway health. Politoed heals with a Citrus Berry. Mimikyu uses Shadow Claw, does not knock out Politoed, but it gets it down to the red at 13 HP. Pelipper will get an Ice Beam off, one-sharding Garchomp. Let's go, Garchomp is down. My opponent sends in Charizard. it could potentially change the weather here. If it were to Mega Evolve and change the weather, I am up a creek. I'm up a creek no matter what because of that Mimikyu. I'm just gonna use water moves because you never know what they could use. Solar Beam or something. And yes, they do Mega Evolve into Y, and that is going to change the weather out of my favor. Charizard uses Heat Wave, knocks out Politoed, and Mimikyu uses Play Rough and misses. Oh no! So Mimikyu missed Pelipper, but Pelipper also missed Charizard. The damage is reduced because of the harsh sunlight. I'm gonna send in Raichu because it can do Fake Out right here. Fake Out Charizard. Hopefully get a move in. Pelipper needs one more move. Charizard uses Protect. Raichu uses Fake Out. Charizard protects itself. Mimikyu uses Play Rough and it lands. Knocks out Pelipper. And this is bad. Raichu does have the Focus Sash. I'm hoping that will, but Mimikyu does have Shadow Sneak, which would be bad as well. I'm actually going to use Volt Switch on Mimikyu and then Protect with Basculegion. Basculegion uses Protect. Raichu uses Volt Switch. Knocks out Mimikyu. Charizard uses Solar Beam. Basculegion protects itself. A huge protect. And the opponent forfeits. And I defeat Chadrick. Awesome. Alright, you guys, I'm going to end on a good battle. Thank you so much for joining me on this stream. Thank you for tuning in later. Please like and subscribe. Please share the video. I'm trying to get YouTube to pay me. It costs you nothing, but it costs them if you do that for me. I really appreciate it. I will catch you guys next time. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Have fun out there.